Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching Fanboy.
A fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
Dot, I assume Tom.
I get to talk to Kelly Hugh yet again. I love chatting with this lady. She is the physical and vocal embodiment of the femme fatale for X amount of years, and she's still kicking it. How you doing, Kelly?
I'm only kicking it in animation these days, I have to say. A little harder in real life.
Well, you know, the knees have to give out at some point.
Tell me about it.
But we are talking about right here, Mortal Kombat Legends cage match. It is always a pleasure to talk to you. We're talking about you performing as Ashrah this time.
Yes.
You got, what's funny is that, and I hope Jennifer Grey doesn't get mad at me, but this is the only spoiler I'm giving. You guys gave her original nose back in the animated feature.
Oh, I didn't even notice that. That's so funny that you would mention. But I didn't even notice that. That's so funny. Yeah, she was so good, wasn't she?
She was incredible. So were you.
But she played such a great character. She's so tough. Yeah.
Yeah, and the demon possession, only adds to the character and the legacy.
Right.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat has been around for well over 35 years at this point. Well, pushing 35 years at this point. I'm sorry.
Really?
Yeah, early 90s. So we're pushing almost 35 years.
Wow.
Yeah. When you
I'm almost that old. No, I'm not. I'm way older.
Well, listen, don't lie to us. We know that you're still 27. All right.
In my head.
Your knees will tell you otherwise.
Right.
But this one, I tweeted out to Jeremy to Jeremy and Jim Krieg. I need the EP for this because it just has that mid-80s soundtrack vibe of
it's
everything
so good.
You want in it.
It's so good. Yeah, I got to see the movie for the first time last night too, and yeah, the music was awesome. The whole thing just like took me back to the 80s. The animation, the color, the music, all of it. It was such a great throwback, and all of those references were so fun. Even the dialogue, the slang, some of it was like references.
Well, my favorite line of yours in this is that you don't want to like Johnny Cage, but you do, to the point that you said, if I didn't take my vow, I could possibly consider him handsome. And I'm paraphrasing the line, but that was probably my favorite line. I don't remember the line
exactly either, but yeah. He's he's such a fun character because he's so obnoxious but yet so attractive, and to be able to play that sort of walking that thin line, it's a really difficult job, and yeah, I mean, he does it very well. It's amazing.
Well, that's because Joel's playing Joel.
So. I've never met him, so I guess if you say so.
Well, the last time I interviewed him, I remembered that he went to University of Washington and they were the Huskies, so I called him Husky, because he's in such good shape that I had to play on a fat joke based on the university.
And how did he take it?
He actually thought it was clever, so I'm happy with that.
Okay.
Yeah. But with you playing Ashrah in this one, you're very no affect, very serious, and to the point. When you get a character that's like that, but can still be likable and empathetic, what is the joy in playing a character like this?
It's hard because, the way that it's written, so much of it is very sarcastic and you sort of want to play the joke, but yet this character is sort of almost robotic, right? I almost compare her to like Data in like Star Trek series. She's very sort of, everything's very logical. But she's, it's that fine line once again, but I think everything around me is so sort of chaotic and fun, that she kind of helps to ground everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah. with the movie being as fun as it is with Mortal Kombat Legends Cage Match, and the name itself, Cage Match, you know, into the MMA and pro wrestling world, you know, when as the character is presented to you and you get to be Ashrah in this, and you've done so much voice work, you know, what part of like your personality comes into this? Because as a performer, you have to be embodying the character as well. So like, what part of Kelly's sarcasm that's played straight gets to be in this?
You know, I always say that I get to play characters who are so much cooler than I am in real life. Because in real life, I'm just so like I'm not geeky. I'm sort of a, you know, just a ditz. And all of these characters that I get to play are always so fun and smart and cool and, you know, and badasses. I mean, it's really acting for me. I'm
Well,
really
from
quite quirky, I think, in real life.
well, you know, from Hula Girl and Growing Pains all the way to Femme Fatale and Mortal Kombat Legends, you know.
Right. That was my very first job, my growing pains job. I was still living in Hawaii and I was a teenager back then. That was that was the one that launched me into my acting career.
See, from Hula Girl to Badass, here we go, just all the way through.
That's a big step.
Yeah. Yeah. The fun part with being the voice actress is that you can be as silly or as goofy or as over the top as you need to be in the booth to get the character going. But again, with Ashrah being so no affect, like, are you more stiff in the performance physically as you vocalize the character, or how loose are you in doing this and trying not to like play up the joke, but being the straight man in this one?
Yeah, you know, I think when you have characters like this, it is hard, right? To be like sort of just very straight, but I have to be sort of the straight person for Johnny to be as, you know, sarcastic and wild as he is. But when it comes to the fighting and stuff, you know, I cannot keep still. There's just no way you can do all those fight sounds and still be like sitting in a chair and, you know, and being sort of stiff. I'm literally in the booth, like, you know, like punching in the air and taking hits and things in my, you know, like moving around, but still trying to like be as close to the mic as possible. But yeah, it's, you know, it's a challenge sometimes to have to be, you know, glued to the microphone and not be like running around circles in the booth.
And don't worry, in the 5th installment, we're just going to put you in a mocap suit so you can just run around the studio.
There we go.
Yeah, this actually is the 4th installment, so we are looking forward to a 5th one of Mortal Kombat Legends. You know, the franchise being what it is and still being able to connect with an audience. What does that say not only to the longevity of it, but you now being a part of the Mortal Kombat family?
I have been a part of this family for such a long time because I did so many characters in the video game. I mean, I actually had to look it up the last night because somebody at dinner told me the other night. She's like, I played Sindel, you played Sindel, and I was like, did I really play Sindel? Like, I couldn't even remember all the characters that I had played. So I had to look it up last night, and I think I played like 6 characters or something. This might be the 6th or the 7th character. But yeah, this thing has been going on forever. But you know, hey, awesome. You know, bring it on. Give me more characters.
Yeah. Whereas Kelly's going to be every female femme fatale in the next installment in the 5th one. So we're looking forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Challenge accepted.
Before I let you go, Kelly, since we got the 1-minute warning, remind us why we need to check out on October 17th, Mortal Kombat Legends Cage Match, and what you are going to want the audience to gather from your performance.
It's fun. I'm laugh out loud, great action, a lot like, you know, the Mortal Kombat video games, and so many fun 80s references. So yeah, it's a good watch for sure.
Fantastic. Kelly Hu, where can we find you on social media if we want to connect with you?
At Kelly Hu on everything.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. Mortal Kombat Legends Cage Match comes out on Tuesday, October 17th. Blu-ray, DVD, 4K, digital, smoke signals, wherever you can find it. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you.